talk about the Airbnb versus recovery house. Because that was the point of the live, right? It depends on you, the individual, you know, your circumstances when you're coming to the DR. Are you coming with a companion, with a family member, with a friend, with a surgery sister? Or are you coming by yourself? First time you're leaving the country, you've never traveled outside the country, you don't know nothing about nothing, right? So I'm going to tell you, for me, why I choose Airbnb, and then I'm going to tell you for some of you guys why I think a recovery house would be better. For me, the Airbnb, I chose it from my very first round because when I was going to the DR, it was my husband and myself both having surgery. And then my best friend, who's a registered nurse, she was going to come to help take care of me. And then also I hired Elaine, the local Dominican nurse as well. So it was going to be 4 of us. Even if I didn't hire Elaine, it was going to be 3 of us. And it just, to me, didn't make sense to go to a recovery house, you know, for the privacy factor. Meaning, if you guys have ever looked at some of the recovery houses videos, you'll see that when you have surgery and you get into your faja, you don't want clothes touching your skin at all. Like, it just feels so irritable and uncomfortable. You just stay in your faja all day. Some people wear their underwear over their faja. Some wear a diaper. Some wear nothing. So your pussy is hanging out. And I did not want to, one, be at a recovery house. One, for the privacy of me having my husband and half-naked woman with their pussy bruising out all over. 2, I'm pretty sure that would have been awkward for them, for a man to be there and they're walking around like that. 2, I just did not like the idea of cross-contamination with germs. I'm pretty sure for COVID now, everybody is taking extra precautions in regards to sanitization. But in those days, there was no COVID. So I didn't want to think about cross-contamination of germs. I am OCD when it comes to germs. I don't like using public bathrooms and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So I didn't want to think about, you know, somebody peeing or pooping or whatever, and then me being around, you know, touching something because they didn't wash their hands. And no, because some of these recovery houses is, remember, shared bathroom. It's not like everybody gonna have a private room. And then bringing my best friend, and she's a nurse, I'm like, if I bring her, she's gonna probably be bored there because I have to get a, you know, a room for her, and she's gonna probably be sharing it with other people because a lot of the recovery houses don't have multiple private rooms, right? They have one private room, a double room, a triple room, like that. So I didn't want to put her in that position either. So that's why for me, I was like, you know what, let me go to the Airbnb. It's going to be peaceful, quiet, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. Guys, you should know by now, I am an A personality. I'm an alpha female. I probably have a little too much testosterone in me. I am an only child for both my parents, and I probably got raised with a more masculine mindset than a lot of women. So that's why for me, I don't really have a lot of female friends because I cannot stand gossipy, petty, what irritates me about women. So I have my one best friend, so we've been friends since we've been 12 years old. And besides her, I have other friends, you know, that I would say they're more acquaintances than friends. Anyway, I didn't want to be around nobody bitching, whining, complaining, crying, you know, hollering, whatever, all of that foolishness in my head, because we share in a damn room or a wall or whatever at the recovery house, and their ass ain't know that it was going to be in a lot of fucked up pain. So I was like, you know what, before I gotta cuss somebody out in the people recovery house, like, bitch, stop fucking crying and complaining, let me go to the people Airbnb and be in my own little space and chill the fuck out and recover in peace and quiet. So that's the main reason I got the Airbnb. And then of course when I got it, and Elaine was there with us too, for both rounds Elaine was with us, so I get one with multiple bedrooms so everybody can have their own space, have their own room, have their own bed, they ain't got to share nothing, whatever. From my experience, the first thing I do first of all is I Google the name of the clinic that I'm having surgery in. So if I'm having surgery, well, I had surgery in Cipla both times. I Googled Cipla address, with the Airbnb where I stayed, I looked up on the Airbnb map, because you know in the Airbnb app you can see the map for the places. I looked at the cross street of where the Airbnb is, and then I Google Map that cross street to the clinic, and that's how I know I was 15 minutes from Monumental where I did my labs for round one, and I was 20-25 minutes from Cipla. Now there's a lot of Airbnbs in the Dominican Republic or in Santo Domingo that you guys can stay at that are super nice, that are pretty cheap, like $40 you can get like a really nice Airbnb, and it's gonna be within a half an hour drive of the clinic. Remember, you're not gonna be at the clinic every day. You're going to the clinic to do your labs, see your doctor, get your surgery, and then do your follow-up. So you're gonna be at the clinic maybe 4 or 5 times out of your entire stay in the DR. Not even 5 times, I'm pretty sure. So it's not like you gotta go back and forth every day from your Airbnb to the clinic. So if you stay somewhere that's 30 minutes out, because it's a lot of traffic in Santo Domingo all the damn time, you know, that's not even a far distance. That's probably 12 kilometers, 10 kilometers, but it just seems long because of all the damn traffic. So that's what I would do if I was going to look for Airbnb and you wanted to stay close to your clinic, or closer to your clinic. Because let's say you have an emergency and you got to go back to your clinic, they're probably going to send you, if they don't admit you at the clinic that you have your surgery in, they're going to probably send you to the government general regular hospital that everybody uses. You know, so in that aspect it wouldn't matter if it is that you're close to your clinic or not, because they're going to admit you somewhere else that can give you better medical care. And somebody had said something in I think a comment on my thing that said they thought that Cipla had an emergency room. No, honey, none of these surgery centers have emergency rooms with emergency trained medical staff with emergency life-saving equipment. None. Okay, that's why when you hear people die from a fat embolism or a lung embolism or something like that, it's because there was no medical equipment that they could do to do a tracheotomy. You know what I mean? I can't even pronounce the word correctly. To get them to breathe. You know, so Miami is the same thing, guys. If you guys think America's so better than third world DR, Miami ain't no damn better. You all having surgery in these surgery centers or whatever they call them in Miami, and it's a damn office building that they repurposed into a surgery clinic with rooms in the back that you all getting chopped up in, and the receptionist in the front. And I know that because I saw it with my own 2 eyes at Spectrum. They are across the street from my old job, which is Florida Power and Light, one of their offices on Lejeune. If you guys don't believe me, Google it. Google Florida Power and Light office on Lejeune, and then Google Spectrum Aesthetics, whatever, and look up on Google Earth, and you will see they are literally, the road is between FPL's compound and Spectrum building, and it's an office building that they converted into doing your surgery in there. And that's why I had to go pick up one of my damn clients last October. So there is no life-saving equipment in none of these what do you call it, none of these clinics, whether it's America or the DR. What I will say, however, is the DR, for a third world country, because you know people like the bad talk, the DR and talk that shit, they take way fucking better care of you all when you have surgery in their country, because you stay overnight and they make sure and check your hemo, give you a blood transfusion, whatever they have to before they discharge you. Guess what they do in Miami or in America, in Houston, wherever in America you have surgery, it's called a surgery center, right? They literally kick your ass out after major surgery like that, and general anesthesia, mind you, not like the DR where they give you the epidural block. After general anesthesia, they kick your ass out within an hour, 2 hours. I have heard multiple people talk about, oh, after surgery they ain't had no bed or whatever, no room, no nothing for me, so they had me sitting there in a chair, in a wheelchair, waiting for my driver to come pick me up. Miami, the same people that tell you all do not sit on your butt after having a BBL is the same people that put you all in a damn wheelchair and have you in the corridor after having major fucking surgery for hours waiting on your driver. driver to get there to pick your ass up. And my patient specifically, she had surgery with Dr. Ortega at Spectrum. She had breast lift reduction, lipo, and a tummy tuck. And literally within 1 hour of her surgery being completed, they called me and said she's ready to be discharged. Took her ass out in a wheelchair. The woman is dry heaving, vomiting in a little bowl that the nurse have her there in this wheelchair. My poor hubby is trying to put her in the back of our SUV. Okay, so you all pay these people thousands of dollars in Miami, and then they throw your ass like garbage in the side of the road. And guess what they told her? And I have pictures of the paperwork, the discharge paperwork, that says if you don't feel good because your ass have low hemo and you don't know how to recognize the symptoms, right? Call 911. They're not telling you come back to them for help. They're telling your ass call 911. So a lot of y'all go to Miami and get fucked up because you have low hemo and your ass is close to being dead and don't even realize it because you don't know how to recognize the symptoms. And then in Miami now, you got to get admitted to the hospital and get a blood transfusion. And I'm not talking about, oh, just one person said that. I have seen multiple Miami dolls talk about this shit. Did not know what the fuck they were signing up for. Went down to Miami and had surgery. And that's the shit that happened to them. Are you familiar with Dr. Robles? I don't like her. I don't like her because she has this way about her. It's her way or the highway. And one of my patients right now is there right now down there, and I don't really care for how it is that she's getting treated. So I don't care for her. Anyway, guys, so that's why I got the Airbnb recovery house now. For you guys that have never traveled, have never left America or wherever you live, have never been anywhere in the world, I have some advice for you. Educate your fucking self on where the fuck it is you're going. Because some of y'all go down there to the DR with these stink ass fucking attitude. I can ghetto as fuck. Like for example, one of my patients right now, she's at Metropolis, right? She's sending me a voice note on WhatsApp and she's in the common area. And you should hear how these people are sounding in the background. Like it's a damn fish market and they're selling fish. I couldn't hear nothing that she was saying in the damn voice note. They were so fucking loud, obnoxious. And the way their voice sounded, guys, if you guys are upset what I'm saying, I don't really give a fuck. I'ma still say it. They sounded ghetto as fuck. And then she's telling me how rude some of them are to the employees, to the driver, to the nurses in the recovery house, and so forth. The house manager is telling one of them, you need to find somewhere else to stay and leave. Because they can't handle the ghetto ass behavior. Please, if you've never left America, never left wherever, and never been nowhere, educate yourself on Dominican culture. Educate yourself on what the people eat. Educate yourself on Caribbean culture and how people treat you. On how to have respect for people. First of all, you go into their country. They didn't ask your ass to come down there. You decide you want to go to their country to get cheap ass plastic surgery because maybe you can't afford $20,000, $25,000 with Dr. Miami in fucking Miami or Dr. Ari Crow in Bal Harbour. And I know because I got a quote from Ari Crow back in 2014. $23,000 to do a mommy makeover with breast. And that was 2014, 6 years ago. So please educate yourself on how it is Caribbean people are, how we treat you, how the language barrier will probably have us saying the wrong words or whatever. Download a fucking, what do you call it? Google Translator. It's supposed to come on your damn phone and use it to translate sentences or words or whatever so you can better communicate with the damn people than going down there and acting obnoxious as fuck talking about, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. Well, guess what? Plantains is something, is a staple in all Caribbean cultures, including Trini, Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. Every fucking body eat plantains, but you all don't eat that for breakfast, right? Because you don't know what a real fucking vegetable or a real fruit is or real food is. So please educate yourself when you go down there. There's a lot of hashtags you can fucking go on Instagram or even fucking Google and Google what is a typical Dominican breakfast? What is a typical Dominican lunch? What do Dominicans eat? What is Dominican cuisine? You know what I'm saying? And then People are like, oh, I don't like how the food tastes, because you all ask, cook with what? Salt and pepper and lemon pepper and Lorry's. You all don't know what real seasoning is. You all don't know how Caribbean people season their food and their meat. You all don't know what sofrito is, epis is, green seasoning, that's what Trinis call it. Right? Because we season our food a lot. We don't like no bland, tasteless ass food with garlic powder and fucking Lorry's. No. We season our food with a lot of real garlic, onion, cilantro, green onions, scallions, whatever you want to call it, ginger, all of that shit. Real shit we put in our food to season it. So you go down there and you're complaining about, oh, I don't like how this food tastes. I want a hamburger. Bitch, you really fucking think that eating a hamburger and pizza after you had major ass surgery, that shit is going to speed up the healing process in your body? Or do you think eating real fucking food meaning food that is unprocessed and perishable, like plantains, real potatoes, not no damn powdered ass mashed potato bullshit that they be selling in the fucking store in America, or the soups that Dominicans make? That is one of, sancocho is one of the healthiest things that you can eat after surgery in the DR. The way they make their steak, again, because your body needs a lot of protein to help heal the cells, right? You need carbs to fuel your body, to give your body energy. All of that shit is in a lot of the local food that they serve you. So please educate yourself on the people culture before you go down there and insult people, make an embarrassment of your damn self, and act the damn fool. And no, delivery from fucking McDonald's and Wendy's and Pizza Hut is not going to speed up your recovery. It's actually going to delay your damn recovery, because now you're going to be full of fucking salt and sodium and swollen even more and retaining a lot more fluid. Your ankle's going to swell up, your arm's going to swell up, and then you're going to be like, why is this happening to me? You know what amazed me, guys? I had put up where I would make turmeric tea. Turmeric and ginger are two real foods that helps with stopping blood clots after surgery. And it surprised the fuck out of me. And I had to put it up on my page more than once. And when I put up what a real turmeric root looks like, people were like, is that a caterpillar? Is that a bug? What is that in the pot? What is that you're cooking? Bugs? That shocked the fuck out of me. I couldn't believe that people don't know what some real foods look like. For example, you want to eat beets to build your hemo and increase your hemo. Guys, canned beets is not real beets. Okay, that's processed shit. You want to go to the store and buy the damn real beets in the produce section, take it home and boil it and peel it and eat it. You can add it to potato salad, you can juice it. You know, you can add it on the side of your food like you would do like tomato or cucumber on the side of your food and eat it like that. You can pickle it. There's a lot of ways to eat it and it's real, not no canned beets. That is not real food. When I tell you guys to do stuff to build your hemo naturally, I'm talking about real food. I'm not talking about canned stuff, frozen stuff, pre-packaged, dried stuff. I'm not talking about none of that. Real perishable shit that if you leave it out in 2-3 days times, it's rotten. That's what I mean. Real food. So that's when I keep telling you guys over and over, please educate yourself on Caribbean culture, what we eat and things like that. That's why. Because some of you guys are going to go down there and get a big ass culture shock. Another thing, you're going for surgery. Where's your passport? You don't have one. When are you going to apply for one? Last minute? Especially now with COVID, people are waiting months to get a passport. And unless you can prove that you have somebody down there in the DR that died, that's why you need to go down there and get a passport. They're not going to give you your passport expedited. You know, so you have to apply for your passport with enough time. Whether it's 6 months in advance. Right now with COVID, everything is slow. Everything is fucked up. So you want to make sure and apply for your passport in advance to give yourself enough time to get it in the mail. Let's see what else you guys say. Respect goes a long way, because let me tell you, Caribbean people, we will tell you take your US money and go right the fuck back to your country and fuck you. Believe me, we are very prideful people. Caribbean people are very fucking prideful. So not because you come down there with US currency, you're gonna be like, oh, you know, we need that money, so we're gonna put up with your bullshit. Nah, bitch. And some of y'all cheap as fuck. Some of y'all have the audacity to tip people $2 US and $4 US and think that you're giving them some big ass tip. No, that's not a big ass tip. Okay? Jeez. So no, we will cuss your ass out and tell your ass go the fuck back home. So let me see. I love mango. Yup. They don't know about that mango for breakfast. That with that egg and that salami is my fucking favorite. So when do we feed the fat? And it's anti-inflammatory too. Yes. Rowley not letting no. V, don't make me bust out laughing here, please. Listen, I don't know when Rowley gonna let people in, because there ain't gonna be no Christmas and no carnival for another week. I tell my husband 2022 he gonna let we come back home. In the meantime, my poor house, I have no living soul and aura inside of it. Anyway, guys, so let me answer the question: when do we feed the fat? Right after surgery. Right after surgery, you want to start feeding the fat, because again, your body is in survival mode. Your body is trying to heal itself from all that damn trauma, all that blood loss, that lipo. They sucked out all your damn fluid from your body, plasma, blood. You're going to be feeling so dehydrated. You want to drink a lot of fluid. Guys, let me know when my hour is going to be up, because I have no idea, so I can save the damn live and start back another one. You have to hydrate yourself a lot. What do you drink to hydrate yourself? Of course, water, bottled water, because the water in the DR for drinking and cooking, it has to be bottled water. For brushing your teeth and bathing, you can do regular tap water. Yes, it's a third world country. Yes, their water quality is not like America, what some of y'all are used to. But, and even in America, you all be buying bottled water to drink. You all do not drink water out the tap. So I don't see what the fuck the issue is going on. They talk about, oh, the water unclean, don't bathe with it, whatever. And guys, I'm gonna go back to the feeding the fat in a second. Don't go with this nasty shit about, oh, I'm not gonna bathe while I'm down there, I'm taking baby wipes. Y'all fucking nasty, okay? Y'all nasty with y'all freaking sardine smelling pussy. Don't do that nasty shit. There's a breeding ground for fucking germs, okay? Yes, a breeding ground for germs, especially y'all who gonna be in that damn one faja every day without washing it. What do you think gonna happen? Germs is gonna happen. You want germs going up into your damn incisions and then gonna blame the DR people and talk about they give you an infection. Nah, bitch. You your little nasty ass using baby wipes is what the fuck give your ass an infection, because them damn germs travel all over your skin. So yes, you do bathe with the water in the DR like normal. A lot of recovery houses or Airbnbs have water filters already included in the in the property as well. So this is what I did, me and my husband and I. We in the Caribbean, this is how we be. Okay, so you all may not know about this, or people from the country may know about this. The bathroom that the Airbnbs that we had a tub. So what I did was I got a bucket, filled the bucket with some nice warm water, got a little bowl, right? And all the areas where I had incisions, tummy tuck, breasts, I made sure that, and Elaine helped me. Your nurse at your recovery house also should be helping you. Help me to soap up myself and bathe. So I would, stick my arm out, soap it up, stick my arm out, throw the water with the bowl, so the water is not falling and wetting up my dressing, so the water is not getting into my incisions to say, oh, I'm gonna catch an infection because I got this water on there. No, I made sure that everywhere that I washed with soap on the wash rag, and that's why you need to take your dial soap and your wash rag with you. You're gonna soap up your face, your neck, your back, wherever you don't have an incision, and rinse it off. Even my vagina, guys. I don't know how you all wash your pussy. Guys, you all know how I talk. I keep it real. I don't know about you all, how you all wash yours, but me, I am not gonna be smelling like no damn tuna or no whatever. So what did I do? Same thing. I sat on the tub, on the edge of the tub. My legs is inside the tub, soaped up, washed it. However you all wash yours, I wash mine by inserting my fingers inside of me and cleaning out the inside of me. Whether I have my period or not, that's how I wash my vagina every day. Okay? And use the water with the little bowl and rinse myself off. It fell all in the tub. No incisions got wet. So please do not go down there with your damn baby wipes and don't want to bathe. Take a whole bath or whatever it is, surgery bath or however it is you all want to call it. Because it's not a regular turn the shower on and jump under it. It's different. But you can still be nice and fresh and clean after surgery. Every time I had my massage, John would massage me. I would spray my dermoplast on my areas, get massaged. You know, you're naked, of course, getting your massage. After John is done, Elaine and I would go into the bathroom. I would do my whole bath, surgery bath, whatever you want to call it, and then dry up, change my dressings, and then John would put me in my faja. So every day I was getting a bath, right, and getting into my faja. Also, guys, I can't stress this enough. When you are getting your faja washed, I always tell people, buy 2 fajas. You are not supposed to machine wash and machine dry your faja because it will damage the material in the faja. All the little elasticated threads, you'll see it ripping, getting dry wrapped, and you're gonna have to get a new one. So if you're supposed to hand wash and air dry your faja. So like hang it up on a hanger in your bathroom and let it air dry. So if you have 2 fajas every day, you will be in a clean faja. Again, you're wearing 1 faja for days without washing it, you are asking for an infection. You are asking for whether it's fluid, right, still leaking out of you and it got onto the faja itself. That is, I know somebody personally that had not 1 round, her 2nd round, she had a back lift, was in that wet faja with that fluid from her back lift getting onto the fabric of the faja, did not change the faja or wash it or whatever, right? And guess what? She got MRSA in her fucking back. MRSA. A big ass hole in her back, and she had to get a wound vac for like a month, you know. And then of course your insurance company don't want to cover all of that. You're gonna have to pay for that shit out of the pocket because they're gonna tell you, oh, how did this happen? You had surgery overseas? Yeah, we're not covering that. So all of that is, again, spend the $125 or $150, buy a 2nd faja so you can avoid issues like that. Forget your period. When you're gonna be getting period all over your damn faja if you are a heavy bleeder like I am. Right? Forget that. Who wanna wear a faja with dirty ass period blood on it for days without washing their damn faja? Spend the $150 and just get the 2nd faja so you have one to interchange in between. Feeding the fat, and then the recovery house, why some of you guys should go to it, because it just went from one topic to the next. Feeding the fat, I said earlier in the last live, all the things that you should eat when you should start feeding the fat immediately after surgery, because you want your body to have all those nutrients. Fresh juices, carbs, good carbs, which is the plantains, you know, potatoes, green bananas, whatever, mango, whatever they're feeding you in the DR. Mango is also plantains anyway. Because these are real foods that you're eating and your body need as much nutrients as it can get to heal itself. Fresh juices, not just pineapple for the bromelain. I was drinking, there's a supermarket in the DR called Bravo. My husband and I would go there and do our grocery shopping. I think somebody asked me the last life who cooked. My husband cooked, my best friend cooked, Elaine cooked, I cooked. At day 4 after my tummy tuck, I was cooking shrimp Alfredo in the kitchen. Because like I said, I was determined to get up and move around and walk around and not just sit there on the couch or lay down on the couch like I'm dying. Like, your mindset is going to make or break your surgery recovery. You're going to be either miserable, whiny, complaining, whatever, or you're going to be like, you know what, thank God I'm alive, I'm healthy, and I'm complication free. Give praise and keep a positive mindset. You know what I'm saying? So that's for me what I did when I had my tummy tuck. 360 lipo and the breast and the BBL was a piece of cake for me. I was up and about like normal, like nothing, honestly, the day I was discharged. And I feel like when you do multiple rounds, it's easier each round because you already know what to expect. You know, the first round is hard because you don't know what to expect. You just know you're going to be in a shitload of pain. Anyway, we would go to Bravo supermarket and they have all these, like I guess in America, cold pressed fresh juices. We would buy, besides pineapple juice, and I'm not even a big fan of pineapple juice because I don't like how it's so acidic, like it's sharp on the tongue. So I would drink the orange juice, passion fruit juice, lemonade with mint, coconut water. That is so good for you because it has so much minerals in it, like magnesium, potassium that you need. I even took my my NutriBullet, sorry. I even took my NutriBullet blender in my suitcase with me to the DR so I can make my own green juice and drink it as well. I was drinking Irish moss because in Trinidad we call it sea moss. We make a drink with it. I don't know what is the American fad or what's in style now with America with people selling these jars of sea moss. I don't know what the fuck that is. All I know is the Trini way of how we make the drink and prepare it. That's what I was drinking for the minerals in the sea moss. I was drinking my turmeric and my ginger tea, again for the blood, to prevent blood clots. So all of that with water as well. I was staying pretty hydrated, and I did not have constipation in regards to I couldn't poop, because that's an issue that some of you guys have, where you're either taking all these painkillers and that's causing constipation, or you're not eating enough fiber, or you're not drinking enough fluid or liquids to keep your body hydrated, so you get constipated. So for me, that was one of the main reasons I did not take painkillers, because I did not want to be constipated. I could not think about forcing the poop and my whole fucking tummy tuck. What if I pop a stitch? That's what I was thinking. So I did not take strong painkillers for that reason. And then of course, like I said, eat real food. When you're at the recovery house, guys, whoever you guys choose to go to, they need to be feeding you protein, carbs, fresh juices, fresh fruit, salad. Okay? If they're feeding you fucking Taco Bell and KFC, you need a new damn recovery house. So you need to really do your research and find out from people who have stayed at other recovery houses, how was their stay? What happened? You know, how was the food? How was the accommodations? How was the staff? You know, so again, guys, if you guys don't look at my IG stories every day, you're missing out on a lot of information, because there's things I post in IG stories that I do not post in my feed. Like one person in the Surgery Bay Facebook group was talking about Sea Mermaid's Recovery House and how she was there from Friday to Sunday with her husband, and nobody cleaned her up, like let her bathe. 3-4 days without a bath? Come on now. And then she got fed up with that bullshit and went with her husband to her Airbnb. So, you know, she was saying nobody over there was writing down what time she had to take her medication, keeping track of it. It was a bunch of like young little girls that had zero medical experience. And if you guys don't know this, you guys really need to do your research. A lot of these recovery houses are hiring people to take care of you all that are just people off the street with zero, not even some, zero medical education, sorry. And they're calling them nurses. Oh, we have nurses 24/7 at the recovery house. Nah, bitch, be truthful. You have people that you hired off the street to monitor the people in the recovery house. That's why when some, you know, people have complications and issues, these nurses don't even know what to look for. They don't recognize symptoms because they have no fucking idea what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? So you guys really need to do your research in regards to what recovery house you're going to stay at, how will people stay there, you know, what kind of, like I said, food they serve and so forth. So that's what should you eat to feed the fat after, or when should you feed the fat after surgery. Let me see what else you guys are asking. that saying you're confused because you're supposed to eat right to heal, and then you need to feed the fat. So it's a combination. Alright, so you don't know. Let me explain that. Eating right to heal your body and eating fatty foods to feed the fat is a combination. So Caribbean culture, what is healthy and what is fatty or carby at the same time. We're gonna eat our lunch is gonna consist of white rice, black beans, steak or chicken or fish, salad, a glass of whatever fruit juice you want, a green juice or a pineapple juice, and then if you still have room for dessert, you can eat some whatever, fruit cocktail, piece of cake, a pastry or whatever. So that right there is real food, but is also feeding the fat, because you're getting starch from the beans, you're getting starch from the rice, you're getting protein from the meat, whatever, chicken, beef, shrimp, fish, whatever you're eating. You're getting real macronutrients from the salad and from the fresh juice. So that right there is how are you supposed to eat real food and feed the fat, if that makes sense. Alright, let me see what else you guys are asking. Let me just read your comments, because when I save these to the IGTV, the comments does not save for some reason. Yeah, okay, so the recovery house setting you up for the driver, yes. The recovery house have their driver that they send to the airport to pick you up. That's why it's important you let the driver, the recovery house, know your flight details so they know when to send the driver to get you. I was wondering why everyone was talking about this baby work foolishness. Shana, because they're fucking nasty, that's why. Nasty assholes. John is amazing. And I say it like that, guys, because I'm sorry. My mother, when I first got my period at 10, 11 years old, my mom told me this is how you're supposed to clean your pussy. You stick your fingers inside of you and clean it out. Whether you have your period or not, that's how you clean your pussy on a daily basis. So, yeah, people who be smelling like tuna, or they smelling like sardine, or they leaving all kind of whiff when all they pass, nah, bitch. Caribbean people, we different. We bathe different. And we bathing with cold water because we don't have no hot water in our house like y'all. We bathing with water straight out the barrel, rainwater that's cold as fuck. And if you want warm water and you're feeling extra special, because we're gonna have to put it on the stove and use we mother gas for she stove to cook she food to warm water so we can feel a little extra special. Hey Miss Diva, I see you, baby. Yes, that Caribbean way of making sea moss and fresh grated ginger tea. Is it okay to drink the evaporated milk in the ginger tea? Yes. For me, I like my ginger and turmeric tea with just brown sugar only. You could use honey if you want. You could use agave, stevia, milk if you want, whether it's evaporated milk or almond milk or whatever. But me, I drink tea, any kind of tea. I don't like milk in my tea. So it's really how you take it. It doesn't have to be just straight up ginger and water, that bitter and tasteless or whatever. Why is that in Indiana now, guys? I'm so flicking right now. How do you feel about Derby Caputo? Who the ass is Derby Caputo? Girl, I have no idea who that is. Somebody send me an IG page or something. What recovery house would you recommend? Oh gosh, Olia, go and click on my profile. I swear to you all just follow surgery and don't dig up in my account to see what I have posted away. Recovery house, overnight nurse, all kind of thing is in that link tree URL in my profile when you click on my name. Butterfly recovery house. Is Dettol soap okay? That's real Caribbean. Yes, that is antibacterial. So yes, you could actually put that in the water like how we use it, and then bathe yourself with that. You can also use your Hippie cleanse that you took, because remember with the Hippie cleanse you're only using it to bathe the night before surgery and the morning of surgery. So after that you can use the Hippie cleanse if you want to also bathe as well, because that's antibacterial. VC are going to knuckle just now. They don't know what that word means. Alright, so why should some of you guys stay at a recovery house? So I was talking about people who never traveled and left the country before. When you stay at a recovery house, guys, everything is taken care of for you. So you, okay, like me at the Airbnb, I gotta find Airbnb, I gotta find car, I gotta find masseuse, I gotta find groceries, right? But when you go to the recovery house, all of that is taken care of. So it's gonna be something like this. You send your recovery house your flight details so they know when to pick you up. Sorry. The driver will be there in SDQ airport in Santo Domingo. The airport is 2 floors. Very small. If you've ever flown through Miami, you will see how huge, or Atlanta, how huge our airports are. Nothing like that. SDQ is small as hell. It's 2 floors. When you come into the country, you land on the 1st floor. When you're leaving the country, you'll be on the 2nd floor. So you come through immigration, then customs, you get your baggage, go through customs, you walk out after customs with your baggage, and you will emerge into what is the food court. The food court usually is where your driver will be waiting for you. Butterfly Recovery House driver Robinson, he will have a sign that has the blue butterflies, that's Butterfly Recovery House signature, on there with your name written on it, holding it up so you should see him. I don't know about the other recovery houses, how they notify you that, oh, this is your driver, this is who you don't see here. Now, people that book Butterfly Recovery House through me, I send you Robinson, the driver, I send you his picture, the sign picture, what it looks like, picture his face, and his phone number for WhatsApp. So you have all of that in advance so you know who it is picking you up, who to expect, who to look for, who to WhatsApp if you get there and you're not seeing him and you don't know what's going on. Maybe he got stuck in traffic, you know, coming to the airport. Because the airport is about 45 minutes away from the heart of Santo Domingo itself. So that's what I do for my clients when they book Butterfly Recovery House. So when you book your recovery house, if it's not Butterfly, it's somebody else, you want to make sure and ask these people, well, who's picking me up? I need to know. I need the driver information. I need to know what they look like before you go in somebody random ass car or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's being a smart traveler. You want to know as much information as you can before you get there. All right, your driver picks you up. He's going to take you either to the recovery house immediately, or he's going to take you to your doctor's office depending on what time your flight lands. When you get to your doctor's office, you would be doing your paperwork. You would pay them for your surgery so you can unload all of that money one time. And then they will probably send you for your labs the next day. And that's where your driver again will be picking you up at the recovery house and taking you to do your labs. If he takes you from the airport directly to the recovery house, your recovery house should be greeting you with a plate of food and something to drink because you just had a long ass flight. If they're not doing that, you should be watching them side eye. Like, you all can't even give me a plate of food when I got here after just traveling for like 10 hours, 15 hours or whatever. Anyway, so next day you would be going to do your labs. The following day you should be going for your surgery. After surgery, the next day your driver would be there to pick you up and bring you back to the recovery house. And then every time you have your follow-up with the doctor, your driver will be picking you up from the recovery house and taking you to the driver. When it's time to go home, he will be taking you back to the airport, and that's it. The recovery house is providing your masseuse, all your food, all your snacks, things like, let's say, getting your faja. Again, that's where you can use the driver. So you can use him now for whatever fee that he charges. Usually most of them charge you, some charge $10 US, some charge $15 US for a round trip to go wherever. Faja store, mall, get your hair done, get your nails done, to the movies, whatever little trip you want to take. Some of the recovery houses are being lenient and letting you guys leave. Some of them are saying nope, because of COVID, you got to stay in the recovery house 24/7. You can't go nowhere and do nothing. So it depends on where you're staying, what recovery house you're staying at, right? But for me, if you are a first-time traveler, you want to go and stay at the recovery house so they can just do everything for you. But you want to make sure and do your research as to where you're going, who you're going to, what kind of reviews they have, what kind of food they're serving, things like that. does not provide that. You may be able to hire one of their nurses to be your overnight nurse. If not, there's a bunch of overnight nurses that are out there that, again, do your research and you can book them. In my Linktree profile, my URL, excuse me guys, you would see there, it says nurse, it says recovery house, it says overnight nurse and recovery house. You click on it, it will take you directly to the IG page of Butterfly Recovery House, of John, my masseuse, and of Elaine, my nurse. So you guys don't have no excuse to say who it is, where. Go and look, the information is there. Go and be nosy on my page and see all what I have posted. Are you Guyanese? Hell no. I'm Trini. Guyanese talk they talk way more broken than Trini people. That is not a Guyanese accent you hear. What did you do to be comfortable on your flight home? Alright, so my flight to Miami is only 2 hours and 15 minutes. Both ways, back and forth. Whether it's Miami or Fort Lauderdale, it's a 2-hour flight basically. So honestly, I did not get up and walk around the plane because it's a short ride. But what I did do is, this time when we're going, I'm going to go with American and book first class. The last time I went with JetBlue, they didn't have first class. They only had some kind of seat in the front that was like a bigger leg room. And I think they charge us like $70 extra per person. So I had booked that. But if you are having a tummy tuck, I would highly recommend, if you can afford it, do the first class seat, because you want that room to stretch your legs out. You want to get up maybe every hour and a half if you have a long flight, and take a walk for like 5-10 minutes up and down the aisle, stretch your legs, wear your compression socks, sit on your boppy pillow, not BBL pillow, boppy pillow, because the BBL pillow is the little rectangle brick. I don't like those. The boppy pillow is the baby one, the big half a circle. I like the ones in the DR, guys, because the ones in the DR is huge. They're nice and firm and padded. The ones in America are like, they get flat, like so really super quick and fast. So I would prefer to buy my boppy pillow in the DR. The one I have from the DR, I'm probably gonna take that back with me when I'm going back, because it's still nice and fat and padded. It didn't get flat from round 2. Round 1, I took the American one, and that was flat within probably like 1 or 2 days of laying on it. People who are traveling to like Europe or Africa, you know, like really super long flights, if you guys, they have like on some of these Chinese websites or even on Amazon, these leg massages that you can buy. I would say if you have a 10-hour flight or so, you know, like I mean Miami to Madrid, for example, is like 9 hours. So if you have a flight like that, I would say get the leg massager and use it on a long flight like that. Or again, every hour and a half, get up and walk around for 10 minutes in the plane. So that's what I did to be comfortable. Now, Dr. Lauren, from me, recommended when we are leaving the country to go back home, to take a blood thinner, a heparin shot, an hour before our flight departs. So Elaine, my nurse, she administered it to us right there in the airport, right there in my arm, right there in the food court area on the 2nd floor. So if you cannot inject yourself, if you have somebody there with you who's, you know, come to see you off, let them do it. It's not hard. I just hate needles. I cannot do it for myself, so I didn't do it. But that's what Dr. Lloyd recommended, to take the blood thinner shot before our flight departed. Too much stress, pay the little extra and get the full works. Exactly. Honestly, guys, when you try to cut corners in the surgery world, seriously, you end up spending way more fucking money to fix the bullshit that happened, because you didn't want to spend that extra $300 or $500 or whatever. Whether it's massages, whether it's my consultancy services, whether it's extra fajas, you know, whether it's surgery supplies, whatever the reason is, you decided, I don't want to spend that money. And then what happened? You have to end up spending thousands of dollars. Or you decide, oh, let me go to the doctor with the cheapest quote. And then what? You get burned really fucking bad from that doctor, right? And then you have to spend how much money out of pocket for medication, for skin graft, for wound vac or whatever. money and not have to deal with the headache. How soon after surgery can I do a tattoo not on the surgery location? I mean, it depends on where. If you're getting a tattoo on an area that was lipoed, you know, like let's say you have a tummy tuck, but you're not getting the tattoo on the tummy tuck incision, but you're getting it on your back or whatever, and that area was lipoed. Like I would say, honestly, 6 months, because you want your skin to be, you know, healed. You know, wherever you're having the tattoo, if it's an area that had work done to it, like I said, not a tummy tuck incision, but a lipoed area, you want to give your body time to heal before you do something like that. And then dolls that do the tummy tuck tattoo, you want to wait at least a year, seriously. And then even then, when you go and you do it, that area is going to be so painful. I have one friend, I was with her at the tattoo parlor while she was getting her cover-up done on her tummy tuck scar, and she was almost 2 years post-op from her tummy tuck, and she had a high tolerance for pain, but she was complaining that shit was stinging a lot. My recovery house was a little pricey, but everything is included, even the faja, so it was worth it, definitely. And that's my point, you know, like these people them who have recovery houses, and they're charging you exorbitant ass money. Like, come on, include some shit to make me feel like I'm getting my money's worth. Include the faja, the bobby pillow, some massages, a day trip to the beach so I can get some food, something to make me feel like all this extra $3,000 or whatever I'm paying, if I were to book shit myself, is worth something, you know. So like I said, guys, everybody's in it to make money. Everybody's in it to make money, and sorry, you guys have to pick sense from nonsense. You guys have to work it out for yourself. Okay, if it's gonna cost me this, that, and the other, is it easier for me to book it my damn self, or should I book through whoever? You know, some of these recovery houses with a little all-inclusive, whatever, but then you're not getting your money's worth. You know, because believe me, they're not in it for the charity. Did you ever do the chamber? Yes, I did the oxygen chamber after I had surgery. I didn't like it because that shit was like a fucking puff. I did it at New Life Recovery House. I think now she has the one where you sit in the chair and you do the oxygen chamber treatment. But the one where you were laying down in it like a coffin, and then they roll you in the shit and they close it and you can't move. There's no room in there to even like roll to your side or make yourself comfortable or raise your head. Nothing. Like I am claustrophobic. I did not like that at all. So I only did 2 sessions and that was it. My husband, he did 2 sessions as well. But if you guys do your own research on oxygen chamber benefits and what it's used for and what they use it to treat, you know, depending on what type of surgery you're having, it could be beneficial to you. But you have to do multiple sessions. It just can't be, oh, let me do 1 or 2. You want to do at least 5. You know what I'm saying? And then I know with New Life Recovery House, I think she gives you a package deal if you do 5 or more. But typically each session is $100. So if you do the package deal, you'll get a little cheaper. But if not, it's $100 per session. Beauty on the Box charges $300 for the supplies. Is that practical, or purchase supplies and travel with them? So again, like I was saying, everybody's in it to make money, right? Looking at the items that she gave you in her beauty box, I really don't think that you use some of those things. Like she includes Q-tips. I personally is not sticking a Q-tip in my belly button if I just had a tummy tuck. That's me. I ain't doing that. I ain't sticking nothing inside there, you know, that I feel could poke and cause whatever, a little something to get raw or something like that. I think she gives you like Ensure, some Chuck's pad, some vaginal wash. One of my patients came back, she had surgery as soon as they opened in July. She got the Beauty in the Box, then she was showing me a picture. When am I supposed to use these things? Which was the vaginal wash and some other stuff, and I was like, you should have already used the vaginal wash. So So some of the items I don't think you even would be using it. Like she gave you rosehip oil. You are not supposed to be putting any kind of oil and scar treatment cream and whatever on your scars until about 30 days post-op. So I would, not to knock her hustle, because like I said, everybody's in it to make money in some kind of way. If you were to buy your supplies yourself, yes, you will come out cheaper. And yes, you may be buying stuff that you need immediately after surgery, whereas some of her items you use after surgery, and some of them you use 30 days or more post-op. So I think if you want an exact, definite answer, it would be cheaper for you to buy your own supplies and pick and choose what you want to buy and take with you. Because, like, for example, if I were to buy, hey, Miss Cabral Barbiana, if I were to buy the Beauty in the Box, I know I wouldn't use the Q-tips, I wouldn't use the Ensure, because I don't drink stuff like that. So some of the things would be useful, but some of them wouldn't. So, if you are traveling down there, and some of the airlines actually will allow you to take your medical supplies as a free luggage once you call them and tell them that. Or like American Airlines, they charge you, I think it's $50 for your suitcase. So you may break even, but you may get the things that you really want, or you may end up spending less and getting the things that you want, and taking it in your own suitcase. But then too, guys, when you stay at a recovery house, a lot of stuff is provided for you. There is not a lot that you have to take medically wise in your luggage down there with you, because they're providing stuff to clean your incisions, to dress it, the chucks pads, things like that. If you want to take a box of gloves to make sure that nobody touches you with their bare hand, your little Lysol spray, little things like that. But your things for your overnight bag that you're going to use in the hospital overnight. But you really don't have to. I honestly think if you take one carry-on and one check bag, that's a lot for you guys that are staying at the recovery house, because you can probably fit everything, your clothes and your supplies, in one check bag. How do you take your money through the airport? Two ways. Me personally, it's I usually carry those big ass purses with me when I travel. So in that purse has my iPad, my jewelry, my phone, my money, a bunch of shit inside there, right? My money is usually in an envelope at the bottom of my purse. When it goes through TSA, I've never had, I'm not just going to the DR, I'm talking about traveling internationally, going to other countries. I've never had TSA tell me, oh, let me see how much money you got in your purse. Because again, when I travel with money, I'm traveling with large bills, which will be a small stack. I'm not traveling with, the big ass brick that those rappers have, $10,000 in dollar bills. I'm traveling with $100 bills or $50 bills. So it's a small stack. It doesn't look, suspicious, like, oh, is she leaving the country with more than $10,000, for them to stop me and ask me. Then also, me and my hubby usually split the money in half. So I'll have some in an envelope in the bottom of my purse, and he will have some. There is these travel pouch you can buy. It kind of looks like a fanny pack, but it's flat, and you wear it under your clothes. So he'll put that in there and put it under his clothes, go through the metal detector in TSA in America when we're leaving. When you get to the DR, since you've already gone through TSA in America, you do not go through TSA in the DR. So nobody is going in your bag, in your purse, to look at you like, let me dig up in here and see what you got in here. So for you guys that are staying at whether it's Airbnb or recovery house, buy the TSA lock for your suitcase, so that when you're at the recovery house, you can lock your luggage with your medication, your money, and whatever else. Some of the recovery houses do have, I know Butterfly for sure has, everybody has their own little safe that they can put your valuables in and lock it. Because even at the recovery house, guys, your surgery sisters, you may think you may know them and they're so sweet and wonderful and kind and loving, they're fucking thieves. Okay, some of them will steal your damn medication and your money and then blame the damn staff at the recovery house, but it's really those bitches digging up in your luggage when you're outside. So you can get the TSA lock at Walmart. I saw them this week. I was there buying a lock actually, and I think they were like maybe they were under $10. They came in a pack of 2. So get those on Amazon. They have the little personal safe. You can buy that as well. Like for $20. I posted it in the Surgery Bay group on Facebook. It's like $20 for it. It's like a little rectangle, not the little ones that looks like an oval. This one is like a rectangle box that you can fit more in there. Lock that in your suitcase and lock your suitcase. So that's double protection. So that's what I do with my money when I'm going through the airport and when I get to the DR. Do the locals get a different price? Because talking to my friend in DR about all the money I'm spending, and they think I'm getting robbed because I'm a foreigner. Yes, the locals, they do get a local price. They get, okay, like my nurse Elaine, she was telling me about her grandma's daughter. They're not blood related, but anyway, the lady had a tummy, she had a mommy makeover actually, tummy tuck, lipo, BBL and breasts. And in US money, of course she paid in pesos, right? She paid for mommy makeover, I believe it was $3,500. That's something that we would be paying $7,000, $8,000 for. So yes, another one I think had a tummy tuck, BBL, lipo, and her price was it $1,200 or $1,500 US. She paid in pesos as well. So the locals do get a cheaper price than us as foreigners, because the doctors and these assistants know. One, we're not speaking Spanish, and if two, we are speaking Spanish, they know, you know, even by the mere fact when we message them with a foreign number, oh, US dollars, let's give them the tourist price. Did you take your own prescription meds? So yes, I did not take painkillers. The only painkiller I took, because I have very, very severe period cramps, I take Motrin 800. Those I get from my country in Trinidad, because you do not need a prescription in Trinidad for Motrin 800, no blood control, nor blood thinners. All of that you need in America, a prescription for, and even sometimes the surgical dusting powder. So I got my best friend, the nurse, to buy me and mail it to me. My Motrin 800, my heparin shots, they go by a different name, they go by Clexane. Dr. Lauren prescribed 40 milligrams, 7 one day every day for the first week, and then the 8 one from when I was flying out. Some doctors will prescribe 7, some will prescribe 14, some will prescribe 10. And then I also got the other version of Tecasol, which is called BNT. So I got all of those things from Trinidad sent to me, so I have that right now ready for when I go down there. You can buy it at the pharmacy yourself. You do not have to do your doctor medical little package for $300 or whatever they sell it. You can tell your doctor in the DR, give me the prescription, I will take it to the pharmacy and fill it. It's going to save you probably over $100 compared to what they were going to charge you. And you're what's in your right to do that. The doctor cannot tell you, no, I'm not going to give you the prescription. So they'll write it out. You ask your driver, could you stop? In the DR, there's a lot of mom and pop pharmacies, but the Walgreens version of the pharmacy in the DR is called Carol X. You can go there and get all your Tecasol, your needles to drain yourself after surgery, your not Tecasol cream, Tecasol powder, your Clexane shots, your antibiotics, all of that you can get there. So the only thing I did not bring with me was antibiotics. I took the antibiotics from what the doctor in the DR is prescribing, because each doctor honestly have their own version of antibiotics that they're going to give you. Nervous about this part. Even the test I have to pay $450 for 4 COVID tests that are mandatory. Yep, that's how they add up, you know, all this extra damn money. Okay, sounds good. I'll check your list again. Who will you recommend, Dr. Guidicelli or RJDs for bigger girls? Definitely Dr. Mercedes. Dr. Guidicelli is good as well, you know, with his nice incisions and stuff. I feel like he works better on slim women. Should you tell the custom officials that you are getting surgery done? No. Come on, V. You gonna tell them 20 people in the airport that you're taking a punching in your luggage? No. You ain't telling them shit. Don't tell nobody nothing. Why are you here, ma'am? Immigration will ask you. In fact, your form will tell you why are you here. Business or pleasure. You're going to check off pleasure and you're going to say you're here on vacation. That's all they need to know. And you're going to put the address of your recovery house. Do not write Butterfly Recovery House when they ask you on the form where you stayed. You're going to write whatever, 215 Avenida Domingo, Santo Este, whatever, Santo Domingo. That's it. You're not going to write Butterfly Recovery House. Just write the address. So that's another thing your recovery house should be giving you before you fly down there, for you to have on your immigration form. So I'm hoping that they are proactive to give you all that information, because you don't want to be there on the plane wondering, well, what the fuck do I put there? And then you get to immigration and they ask you, well, where are you staying? You didn't fill that part out. And then you start telling all your business about, yeah, I'm here for surgery, but I don't know the name of the recovery house. I don't know where they are. Da, da, da. Don't tell people your business. That is opening a can of worms right there. I think the live is going to end, guys, in another minute or two. If they don't give them the results they give us, in my opinion. Dr. Morrow, Mercedes, who snatches more with lipo? That's a hard question, because two of them look with us, and two of them give you nice butts. What are your thoughts on Mejia? He is not aggressive. Go to him if you are a slim person. Who does the best tummy tuck? Scar revision DR. Yes, I have to follow up with him. Who does really nice scars? With Sully does nice scars. There's another doctor called Ventura. Kira's does nice scars. That's one thing I want to get done too. My tummy tuck scar revision. Because right now my bitch look like that. Eusebio does really nice fucking scars too. My bad. How the fuck did I forget Eusebio? Eusebio does really nice scars. I saw a doll he posted yesterday or the day before. Oh my god. Her scar is a dream. That's what I want. It was a nice thin line like that, but super smooth. It was not jagged like mine. Lauren had the fucking assistant stitch me up for my tummy tuck, and that's why my tummy tuck incision healed looking crazy. Well, for me, crazy like that. I want a super nice straight line, you know. So those are some of the ones I can say off the bat that I've seen. They say Duran too, but I feel like Duran and Disla is a hit or miss. Like, some people love their stuff, some people don't like their results. Some people get burnt badly from them, some people don't. So I feel like with Disla and Duran, the besties, that it's a hit or miss with the both of them. How much money should you have? I forgot. Type that over. Money for what? You mean like extra money? Extra money for unsuspecting things? Let's say maybe 1,500 US. Have you heard of Dr. Cavendish? Whoever runs Dr. Alexandria or Alexander, whatever the fuck the name is, Cavendish Instagram, has blocked Surgery Bay. Mind you, I have no idea anything about this lady. She does not impress me. She is not of interest to me. I personally will never go to her. So I would really love to know why whoever is running her Instagram blocked Surgery Bay. Because if I go to her page from my other Instagram accounts, I can see her page. But if I try to go from Surgery Bay, it's blocked. Why? Why did you block Surgery Bay? Are you hiding something that you want me not to talk about? So yeah. She does really nice work on slim women, but again, if you're looking to get snatched, she is not somebody who you want to go to if you are my size, plus size. If you're slim, skinny, with a little bit of work that needs to get done, you know, go to her. When you're on the plane and they ask you how much money you have, how much should I say? They don't ask you on the plane how much money you have. The question is, are you carrying more than 10,000 US in currency or instruments? And you say no. They don't ask you to write how much money do you have in your purse. Alright guys, I'm going to end the live because I think this live is about to end.